Hey guys, Kyle with Max Conversion here today to walk you through how to set up a pest control slash exterminator campaign. We're going to be going through setting up all the ad groups, the campaign structure, the bidding strategy, the cost per bid, how to know what to bid. This is a full tutorial step by step. It's going to be quite a long video, but stick with me and we'll get everything set up for you guys. So let's get started with the initial campaign setup. So I like to start all these campaigns the same way, and you'll log into the Google Ads account, you'll add a campaign, create a new campaign, and we're going to want to go ahead and select create a campaign without goal guidance. The reason why we do this is we don't want Google dictating what we do or are doing any automation or anything on the back end, that we want to have full control over the campaign, so we create it without a goal guidance, even if your goal guidance is leads and sales. We're going to do search campaign. And don't worry about these conversion actions. You might not have any. You might, but don't worry about them right now. Don't worry about this, what kind of results you want to get. Now we're going to set this up as pest control and exterminator services in St. Louis. Now we want to focus on conversions. However, since we don't have any conversion data within the campaign yet, we actually want to focus on clicks. Now, we want to do manual cost per click. It doesn't give us that choice right now. So what we'll do is we'll focus on clicks. We'll set a maximum cost per click, and we'll just set it at $5 for now. You'll want to go ahead and disable the Google Search Partner Network as well as the Google Display Network. The Google Display Network it shows ads across a ton of different sites. It's more graphics. If you've seen like Facebook ads, it's similar to that in a way where it just shows up on a variety of different websites. You don't really want to do that. That's best for remarketing and just different things. There's strategies to make Display Network work, but go ahead and disable that for now, as well as search partners. Search partners, just it's like Google search, except they've got different partner networks that they show up on, and it's a search bar, and you can show up on those. However, Google's got plenty of volume as well as the most high quality volume, so you'll want to focus on that. Location option, this one's really important. Go ahead and select people in or regularly in. You don't want people, the top one that's default selected is people interested in as well as people in. So it's, if you're in St. Louis, it's people that are looking for pest control St. Louis, instead of people that are actually in the area. So it could be somebody in, it could be somebody interested in. We prefer somebody in. It's just better quality leads that way. So enter the location. So we'll just make it simple and do St. Louis. Select target. Now for locations, guys, what I would recommend is adding it in bulk and just adding all the different cities that you do service. So you can do it by county, you can do it by city, but what I'd recommend is you select the individual county or city that you guys service, just like this. And the reason why you want to do this is because your data is going to be a lot better. We'll go ahead and remove that, and we'll just say this is good for now. So the reason why you want to do that, the data is going to be better. You're going to understand more of where your leads are coming from. Instead of just St. Louis region, you're going to see what county they're coming from or what direct city they're coming from. You get a lot more data that way, and you can make changes. So audience segments, don't worry about audience segments right now. We'll do something with that at the end. More settings. We'll keep the ad rotation on the best performing. Unless you're going to be very hands-on. If you're going to be very hands-on, select do not optimize, rotate ads indefinitely. Figure out which ones perform the best, and then turn this on later down the road. Start end dates. If you have a specific date where you want your campaign to start, you can select start and an end date. We're just going to leave it as is. Schedule. What you'll likely want to do for this, guys, is what I'd recommend is run it only during business hours. So if your business hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, only run it during those hours because you're going to miss phone calls and leads if you run it outside of those hours. So campaign URL options, don't worry about that right now. Select got it, and now we're going to go on to the first ad group. So we're just going to do the pest control ad group to start with, and this is going to be our general ad group that is probably going to get the most volume. So we're going to do pest control here and hit that. Pest control services, and select that, and let's get keyword suggestions here. And once this loads, we'll see here pest control services, pest control near me, bed bugs, mosquitoes, we're going to want in a different ad group. Wildlife, we'll want in a different ad group. All these I think we're going to want in a different ad group. So let's do pest control company and pest control service. And what we're going to go ahead and do is let's do pest treatment company. Actually, I'm not sure that would be very, we'll just keep it to pest control for now. And what I like to do for the near me terms is I actually like to make these exact match. And probably for pest control, let's put it to exact match to start with, because pest control you could come up with a variety of things. Somebody could look it up, be looking up some DIY or how to do pest control by themselves. So you don't want that. Let's view and see if there's any more pest control companies, service near me. We've got all those. Okay. So this is good, a good start for our first ad group. Go ahead and type in your URL, whatever that may be. We're just going to use pestcontrol.com. This is not our URL by any means, but we're just going to be using a sample one here. Display path, we'll use our keywords here, so pest control. And let's give Google a shot to see what they can do. Create headlines and descriptions for a pest control company in St. Louis. Let's see what it can do. Okay, they are not going to help us out by any means. So what I like to do here, guys, for the first ad is we want to structure this in a very, very unique way, but you want the first ad to be the best ad because we're going to be duplicating them. So go ahead and go to Google, and what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do pest control services, and we'll do St. Louis here. And we don't want to click on any ads by any means, but we like to see what others are doing, right? So over 35 years of experience, mice and rodent, exterminator services. So this is great. What we can do here is actually we can copy this, and if we wanted to, we can use ChatGPT to come up with headlines and descriptions for a pest control company in St. Louis, and then we can do this and make sure it's relevant. So over 10 years, let's just say, 5-star service, restaurants, offices, perfect. And add anything else that you guys find that it helps you sell better. So maybe you guys are insured, you're locally owned and operated, and we want our target keyword to include pest control. So here it'll come up with some headlines and descriptions. Google Ads headlines and descriptions. Headlines should be max 30 characters and description 90. So here we've got some good headlines. So St. Louis Pest Control Pros, that's good. Another thing I like to do is do dynamic. So dynamic keywords are great. If we have this here, so dynamic keywords are basically here. We'll do St. Louis Pest Control Company. Perfect. So basically, what dynamic keywords are if somebody types in a word or a phrase that has below 30 characters, it'll show here in this spot right here. So let's go. Let me show you guys, and I like to pin it to the first position. Keyword St. Louis Pest Control. If somebody types in, pest control services near me, instead of St. Louis Pest Control Company, it'll auto-populate with pest control services near me, or whatever they typed in, as long as it's below this 30 characters. If it's above those 30 characters, then this is the default text that shows up. So make sure that it's relevant to what you guys are offering. We'll go back here, like these, get rid of pest fast, maybe your 24-hour service. You have same-day availability. You're safe and effective. So all these keywords are great to start with. We'll go ahead and add more. Get a free estimate. You want calls to actions as well. Call now. If you guys offer a discount on pest control, that works great as well. Local pest experts, that's perfect. Perfect. So with the descriptions here, we'll use the descriptions as well. We'll do trust our Trust our. Make sure each letter is capitalized. That's a Google best practice. Each first letter of each word is capitalized for quick and efficient service. Okay. And let's go ahead and get rid of say goodbye. Say goodbye pests. Okay. So then we'll grab the other one, fast and reliable pest removal services, protect your home and business now. That's good as well. It's in St. Louis. All right, and local expertise for your pest control needs. I like this. So actually what I like to do for the third description is just outline some of the services that that we offer, right? So we can say we specialize in removing this right here. So we mentioned some of the pests that we remove. So pests like squirrels, raccoons, mice, and rodents. Okay. You can add a fourth description that'll just be insured, locally owned and operated, best in the pest control business. Okay, so we made these, they've got the keywords, which is very important, right? Our main keyword is going to be pest control and pest control St. Louis. So those are going to be a lot of times the main keywords that we're going to be found for. So let's see if we can have any suggested like discount on pest control. Let's see if they have any ideas. Superior customer service. That's good. Full range of services. Great. Location near you. Perfect. And I think that should be good. So we go ahead and select create. Oh, we'll hit save. I'm sorry. And looks good. So don't worry about the add assets at the moment. What we're going to go ahead and do is select done. And we'll go ahead and save that ad. And our budget we'll just set for now. Set your budget to whatever you guys would like it. For example, this example, just do $10 a day. Now, for pest control guys, I would recommend having a bigger budget than $10 a day. More closer to $50 a day would be the minimum. $100 a day is great, but I would recommend setting it up where, because these pest control clicks, we're about to see how much they cost, but we're about to see how much they cost, but a lot of times the cost per click, you're just not going to get much out of $10 a day. So let's see. We've got issues with the ad. Destination not working. Okay. Let's do, let's just do our website, for example, here. We'll just do max conversion, www, and we will move on. Daily budget. Okay, once it's ready to publish, go ahead and select publish. Even if you're not fully ready, because we're going to be building out more ad groups and keywords, we've got about 15 to 20 ad groups that we're going to be adding. So what you want to go ahead and do is once it's live, go ahead and select in the top left here, you'll see enabled, hit pause. And now the first thing we're going to want to do is go to the campaign settings and change it. Max clicks is a great bidding strategy. However, I prefer to start with manual CPC. To start with, turning off enhanced is fine. I like to just run the manual CPC. It works great. So making sure that's turned off. And then what we're going to go ahead and do, guys, is go to the tools and settings up top. We're going to select the keyword planner. Now we're going to see what our cost per click is. So what we're going to go ahead and do is change the location. And we'll change it to, I'm thinking pest control. We're going to change it to the St. Louis St. Louis region, that's fine. We're going to look up pest control services and determine how much our cost per click is going to be. So here you see that we've got the top of the page bid, the low range is about $4. It's about $10 here, $10 for pest control near me, for pest control exterminator near me. So we're looking at about $10 for on the low end. On the high end, we're looking at about 30 to 40 here, 23 up here. So what I would recommend is let's look at the average monthly searches. And we've got pest control near me being the highest, as well as pest control. Pest control near me is a fantastic term. This is one of the best terms. A near me term is the moneymaker for a lot of businesses. So we've got pest control near me, $9 low bid, 32 high. So these aren't perfect by any means, but we do want to use this information. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of here. We've got a rough idea of how much it's going to cost in our area. We'll go back to the pest control. We're going to go over to the keywords, and since we switched them over to manual, I believe we switched them over to manual. We did. Let me refresh this page here. And you can see that our default max cost per click is going to be $1. Let's go ahead and set it at $12. And what we're going to go ahead and do is go to here, and all of these are set at $12. So something you guys can do later on down the road is in columns, you can select columns, and then you can look at estimated top of page bid, and it'll give you a rough idea of what the top of the page bid is here. Usually requires some data running it, but it will give you a good idea of if you're bidding enough. If you're not getting impressions, up the bid and see if you start to get impressions and clicks. So, but this is perfect. So our first ad group is set up exactly how we want it. Now, I've got a list here of different ad groups that we can set up, right? So we've got the pest control ad group. So this is one. And now we've got 2, 3, 4. We've got about, I believe, about 15, it looks like, 15 ad groups that we may want to target. Now, if you guys don't offer some of these services, of course, don't add them to your campaign. You can add them and pause them if you think you're going to offer them one day, but I wouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about wildlife. If you guys do offer like bats, skunks, snakes, squirrels, raccoons, go ahead and add these at the end. I'm going to walk you through these 13 ad groups, but I thought I'd include these just in case you wanted to add those. So let's go ahead and start with the Exterminator ad group. Actually, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to copy and paste these. So we'll select copy, we'll paste, and we're going to want to paste 12 more so that we have 13 ad groups in total. So this will take a sec, guys. I'll go ahead and fast forward. All right, guys, so while that final ad group is pasting in the background, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to look at here, we're going to go ahead and look at our ad groups here and start switching them. So our first one is going to be Exterminator. So we're going to go Exterminator here, change the name. Our third one is going to go ahead and be bed bug treatment. So we're going to do bed bug treatment here. We've got a commercial pest control here. So copy, paste. And if you guys are wondering how I'm copying this without right-clicking, it's Control-C to copy and then Control-V to paste. So we got rodent control, termite treatment, bee control, and hornets are next once the new ad groups paste. So we're going to go ahead and refresh that. And it looks like the new one's pasted, so we're going to go ahead and hornet, wasp, And some of these might be able to be combined into the same ad group, but just for this demonstration, it's better to put these in their own ad group. That way it's more relevant. What you guys can do is create landing pages. We'll make sure that all these are enabled. Create landing pages specific for each uh, type of service or type of animal. So, like for rodents, you can have a specific rodent landing page. For moles, you can have a specific mole landing page. For mosquitoes, you can have a specific mosquito landing page. And in terms of conversion rate, my thought and what it's always worked in our Google Ads agency is the more relevant that the landing page is to the keyword that somebody's searching for, the better the conversion rate is. So that's why we put all these in their own ad groups and don't combine them all into one. So it's also more easy to organize. It's easy to figure out what type of leads are coming from where the most of the clicks happen. If mosquitoes and exterminator and moles are all in one ad group, it's really hard to sift through the data to see what's working and what's not. So, awesome guys. So we're going to go ahead and start on the exterminator ad group. So we're going to go ahead and click here, exterminator. And this is going to be very repetitive, but this is what we need to do in order to set up the campaign correctly. So exterminator services, exterminator near me, those sorts of words is what we're going to be want to be found for. So exterminator near me. We've got Aptive, we've got Terminix. Let's keep it simple here, guys, and we'll do exterminator services and do that phrase match, and then we're going to do company. Oh, whoops, that did not save. So we're going to do company, contractor. Companies works fine. Let's see if we can find any others. I think this should do. Exterminator, contractor, company, services, near me, make that exact match. Exterminator, I'd be a little bit afraid to make it phrase match, so we're going to go ahead and make it broad or exact match. If you guys aren't familiar with the difference between phrase and exact match is, hey, if somebody looks up exterminator near me, exact match, this is the keyword it's going to use. If we had exterminator as phrase match, which means it has the quotations around it, any phrase that somebody types in with exterminator your ad will show up as long as you don't have something added as a negative keyword, right? So it's like how to get an exterminator job. If we had this as phrase match, you would show up. Like how to get an exterminator job, exterminator positions, send in my resume to an exterminator company. You would show up for all those because you have this as phrase match, but we have this exact match, so it'll only show up if they find you for exterminator. No additional words, nothing, just exterminator. So, but we'll go through the negative keywords at the end as well, just making sure that we have the correct native keywords added. That way you guys aren't showing up for a lot of the stuff you don't want to show up for right off the start. You're not wasting budget. So we'll go over to ads. We'll click on edit ad. And instead of pest control, we'll want to do exterminator services. And we'll do St. Louis Exterminator Company. Let's do services. Oh, service. Get rid of pest control. This is fine because exterminators and pest control, they're different words, but they're very similar. So extermination. That might not be a very good word. If you guys are, feel free to modify these headlines how you feel, how it feels right. Feel free to modify these headlines and descriptions. Discount on exterminator services. Discount exterminator services. Local pest experts. That's good. Let's do one more exterminator service quote. Okay. So trust our St. Louis exterminator experts. So here's where we change out these keywords. This is good. This is good. So go ahead and click save. So that's about it, guys, is we just changed out the keywords in the ads. You can see how that first ad being set up correctly. That way we can just switch out a few keywords is very, very important. Now, for campaign buildouts, I'd recommend having 2 ads per ad group at least, maybe even 3 sometimes. But 2 ads is really the minimum that you should have. For this example, we're only going to set up one. But if you guys do set up another ad, what you want to do is just copy this one, copy, and then select paste. And then paste it in the campaign. And if ad already exists in destination, create duplicate, make sure you select that. And then what you would do is once that ad pastes, you would just go ahead and change the headlines and descriptions. Bedbug treatment is next, so we're going to go ahead into the bedbug treatment. We'll change the ad out really quick. So instead of the pest control, we'll do bedbug and then treatment. And St. Louis bedbug treatment. And what we're going to want to go ahead and do is instead of get rid of bedbugs, St. Louis, instead of pest control, we're going to do bedbug pros, put bedbug pros. Let's see here. Bedbug treatment here. Local bedbug experts. So you can see how easy it is to switch out these headlines. Trust our St. Louis pest control experts. We want bedbug treatment experts. For let's do, instead of quick, we'll do safe. Safe service. Say goodbye to bedbugs. Make sure that's capitalized. Fast and reliable bedbug treatment in St. Louis. This one's okay to keep. What I would go ahead and do here is just go ahead and put this in position 1 and position 2. We can go ahead and put this in position 2 as well. And honestly, we can just go ahead and remove that. So save ads. We'll go over to the keywords, remove the keywords, and then we will find the keywords that best fit for bedbug treatment. So we're going to go ahead and add here, and we're going to do bedbug treatment and bedbug removal, exterminator, bedbug. Let's see if this could be something. Bedbug company, where they might just be looking up bedbug company. That would make sense. Bedbug removal company, bedbug treatment. So what I would do here for most of these is just go ahead and phrase match these. Even get rid of bed bugs might be a good search term. This might attract 2 types of people. It might be people looking for your company, or it might be people looking for DIY stuff. So you got to be careful with terms like this. But for the most part, keeping it simple and adding keywords as you continue to run the ads is going to be very important. So next, we're over to commercial pest control here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go to the commercial pest control, remove the keywords, and do it all over again. Now I'll show you guys one more after this. I'll show you mosquito control, and then I'll go ahead and turn off the sound and play through the rest of the ad group build-outs. So we got mosquito. Let's go ahead and just do mosquito treatment, control, mosquito spraying, mosquito service, mosquito company, mosquito squad, pest control. These are all really good search terms. So we'll leave the near me's for exact match. All right, so here we'll just do exact match on all of these. And then we'll do phrase match. Or then we'll put the brackets on the other side, and we're good to go. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This was I don't know what I'm thinking looking at mosquitoes. Let's go ahead and remove these because this is commercial pest control. Let's go down to the mosquitoes since we just copied these. And you guys can tell this is completely not scripted. This is exactly how we would go and set up a pest control company if we've never worked in the industry before. Now, if I guess it did not save. All right, let's go back to commercial pest control. So this is what we would do if we've never worked in the industry before. Now, a lot of these industries like pest control we've worked in before, and you know, when we work in them, we copy the campaign offline, so that way we're just able to edit it and then change it for the specific company. But just I mean, going into this and setting up a brand new campaign, this is exactly what we do. So, um, let's do restaurant pest control. Go ahead and remove that, and there we go. So, we got commercial pest control and restaurants. If there's any keywords that you guys have worked with in the past, such as like warehouse or some sort of commercial company that you work with that you often find that you're going to visit their site for some sort of pest control or rodent control, feel free to add that to the keywords here. We'll go switch over to the ads, and we'll do commercial pest control. So commercial, and then we got pest control. This is perfect. It doesn't need to. It doesn't pests fast. It doesn't need to have commercial in it necessarily, guys. You can add it, but it's not a requirement. So okay, so this should be good. Our St. Louis commercial. Let's do this commercial pest control for, let's just say efficient services, and then we'll get rid of that. So some reliable commercial pest removal services. And we've got St. Louis above, so no need to add that again. Protect your business now. All right, that's perfect. So we've got the commercial pest control up. Now we're just going to go over to the mosquito control. We're going to go ahead and change the ad really quick. We've got mosquito control here. St. Louis mosquito control. Perfect. We'll say here we'll do mosquito control, and we'll do mosquito removal maybe. Get rid of effective mosquito. There we go. All right, now we're going to switch pest with mosquito and get rid of this last part if it's over. Fast mosquito removal services. That's perfect. Protect your, let's just do home for this one. And for our first one, let's do mosquitoes in the description, and then we can list off all the other types of pests and rodents that this pest control company removes. So save that. Looks good to go. So we've got our dynamic keyword here. We've got rid of, get rid of pests. Actually, let's go ahead and switch that to get rid of mosquitoes. I'm not sure the right mosquitoes fast. Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to go to the rodent control. I'm going to go through each one of these ad groups, just showing you guys how to build up the ads and the keywords, but it's a very, very simple process on building this campaign out. So I'll be back once the campaign is fully built out. All right, guys, so we have added 12 ad groups. I realized that there was a duplicate with the rodent control. We had a rodent control as well as a rodent ad group, so we just went ahead and removed the rodent ad group that was the duplicate. So we've got 12 ad groups here. We can see by clicking this, select 12. Now, I'd like to mention again, guys, if you do offer additional services such as bats, skunks, snakes, squirrels, raccoons, or other types of animals, or specific search terms, go ahead and add those ad groups. It's a very, very similar process. Just doing that small keyword research, adding those to the campaign. And now, guys, we didn't do in-depth keyword research by any means. There's probably some additional keywords that we can add. However, what this does is when you start running the campaign, you'll start to see where your money goes, where your clicks come from, where your impressions come from, and then you can optimize and add keywords, change keywords, remove keywords as you see fit based on what you see. But for the most part, this campaign is primarily set up. Now, if we were to run this campaign, would I expect the results to be good? And I would say the results could be good, but the quality of searches that you're being found for might not be good. And the reason why I say that is we've got some keywords here as phrase match, like pest control services, pest control company, which are good, but they're only good if we have negative keywords added. So what we're going to want to go ahead and do, negative keywords are going to be kind of the foundation of this campaign. The reason that they're the foundation is they will improve the quality of searches that you're being found for, remove the ones that you don't want to be found for, and overall just prevent wasted budget on the campaign. So what I like to do here, guys, is if we go to Google Ads, we can see here that there's going to be some sort of keywords that we don't want to add, right? So reviews is going to be one of them, cheap is going to be one of them. So let's go ahead and add, let's go ahead and start a keyword list for this campaign. And we're going to want to go ahead and add the initial ones, the DIY, the free, the cheap, reviews. Another few I like to add are jobs, resume, CV. Don't want any of that. We don't want any question words, right? Like how to do pest control by myself, how to remove moles, how to do this, how to do that. So we go ahead and remove how, what, like what to do when this happens, who, what, where, when do I need to do this? And so getting rid of these are always a good idea. The how, what, when, just to prevent anybody from finding your ad. So, but let's go back to ChatGPT, scroll down, and we'll say, create a negative keyword list for pest control companies. Below are the ad groups and keywords we're targeting. Create this. Let's see. We want to generate high quality leads and reduce wasted budget. Now this will give you some keywords. It'll give you some that you might not ever be found for, but also good keywords that you could be found for. So free. Just include the word, the full list with the word. Because we wouldn't want to add this as a negative keyword. We want to add the single word, right? So this is not very good. This is not what we want to have here. So create a negative keyword list with over 100 words. Let's see. Okay, so this is good. This is better. Free, cheap, DIY, job, career, employment, training, all these. We're going to want to take a look at them. But what we'll go ahead and do is we'll add this here. Take a look at them. So we've got free, cheap, DIY, job, career, employment, training, certification, online, remote, home-based. Reviews are a big one. Getting rid of reviews. Deals. Let's not get rid of best because people do look for best pest control companies in an area. You want to show up for that. Discounts, top. Somebody could be looking for top rated, bargain, pre-owned, refurbish. Okay. So this looks good, and this is a good start to, um, let's get rid of no cost because people could be looking at, no cost free estimate. You may or may not want that, but this is a good list to start with, right? We have 100. Now, especially in home service industries, I like to add the word truck, rental, um, truck and rental are a big one. Tool, equipment. People do look for pest control equipment and pest control tools. So getting rid of that right off the start, this should help improve your quality right off the start. That way you're not being found for anyone looking for reviews or anything like that. Now, another thing I like to do is we go back to ChatGPT and list out 100 names. Actually, let's say list out 200 names, common first names. So what this will do is, as long as none of these are your cities, right? Because a lot of cities are named after a specific person, right? So they have the city in Texas. There's a city in Texas, Kyle. There's cities that are Johnsonville or Johnson. So those cities, you want to ensure that you're not targeting any of those. If you do, making sure that you don't remove them. But in this case, in St. Louis, I don't believe there's any cities. So what I would like to do here is go to Tools and Settings, Native Keyword List, and we're going to go ahead and add a names native keyword list. And what we can do is just go ahead and paste all these. And what this does, guys, is gets rid of the competitors. So like John's Pest Control or Bob's Pest Control. This will get rid of the competitors pretty quickly. Now, I know some competitors have pretty unique names, right? So what we can do here is list out the top 20 pest control companies in the U.S. And what we can do here is, here we'll go names and we'll do pest control. We can add this directly to the campaign or the negative keyword list, and we can add this and like Orkin, Termex. We'll just add Rollins here. We'll just add the first word of each one. True Green, Massey. I'll add Western and Arrow, Truly, Clark. We'll do Aptive, Cooks. We'll just add that one as a whole. Go ahead, phrase match that since that's the word pest management. Oops. So you see what we're doing here, guys, is getting rid of a lot of the competitor names as well. Just using ChatGPT, it quickens up the amount of research that you guys have to do. It's a really great tool. If you're not using ChatGPT in your Google Ads campaigns, you really can improve performance doing this. So our native keyword hasn't been added to the campaign yet, so we'll just want to go back to native keywords, use a native keyword list, and we'll do names, pest control. Now we have over 300 native keywords right off the start of the campaign that will likely help improve the quality of the campaign, reduce the amount of wasted spends, and improve the number of quality clicks. So this is very important, very important for the beginning of a campaign. Now let's go over to, I mentioned that we do audiences. One of the things that we like to do at Max Conversion is set up specific audiences that are on the campaign level, just in observation mode. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just do audiences, a bunch, as many as we can in observation mode. People looking at improving their homes and buying new things, and so let's back out of this. But the reason why we do this is so that we can understand. Let's do pest control here, but we can understand the audience a lot better. When you're able to understand the audience a little bit better, you're able to target them more efficiently once you start spending a bit more. So if we notice, and this doesn't change the targeting at all, guys. This actually, I mean, if you do this or you don't do this, it won't have an effect on the targeting. We're not targeting these types of people. But what we'll see here is it'll populate in the table. We'll see that, we'll see the clicks, we'll see the average cost per click, we'll see the conversion rate, the number of conversions, and the cost per conversion. What this will do is we see that, hey, people who are homeowners or shoppers, people who are shoppers have a better cost per conversion. They have a higher conversion rate, lower cost per conversion. That could just mean, a lot of shoppers do like spending money and improving their home, so that could be a correlation there. But you're able to see this data, and it's very important to set up these audiences just to understand it a bit better. So I mean, here we've got, we set up 61 audiences. There are more audiences that you could set up, but just for this demonstration, just setting up these specific audiences. Um, Depending on your guys' budget, it's a little quick tip that we like to do at Max Conversion is setting it depending on the budget, right? So if a company has a $10,000 a month budget, we're gonna run it as much as we can. We're gonna try and get as much volume and spend as much as we can. Make sure that we're spending that full budget. Now, if you guys have a $1,000 or $1,500 a month ad budget for that month, what I would recommend is putting a negative bid adjustment on computers off the start without running them. Now, you might hear different Google Ads professionals say different things. I found that running ads on mobile phone is going to produce better results, lower cost per lead, and a higher conversion rate the majority of the time. So, why wouldn't you want your ads to be displayed primarily on mobile phone to people who are more likely to call and for a lower cost than computers? So you want to allocate more budget to mobile phones. This is just a quick tip, guys. If you have, you can run it on both. It's not going to have an issue. It's not going to be an issue. But I want to make sure that your guys' campaign are set up as properly as possible the first time. Now, if you're running it and you don't have enough impressions, you've run it for a week. You've got 20 impressions. You've got your daily budget at $50 a day. You haven't spent anything. Maybe reduce. Bring this back down to zero. But it's more likely that your cost per click isn't high enough or your manual CPC. So we went through negative keywords, audiences, settings. Not really a big thing. Make sure you guys change your budget to what you guys want to change it to. Don't worry about any advanced bid adjustments at the moment. One thing you guys are going to want to do is update these assets, right? So make sure you verify your company. Verify it. That way you can add your business name, your business logo, site links. Make sure you add site links as well. Callouts are very, very important. So callouts are they're parts of your guys' services, like why somebody would choose you. So best in St. Louis, voted #1 pest control, STL. You could have get a free estimate, 5 over 2,000 5-star reviews. Let's say let's do 200 plus. So you can add things like that. And if we go back up to here and we look at, what others had, like 5-star service, these are over 10 years of experience. These are all, I believe these are call out extensions. You do 10 plus years of experience. Home and commercial pest, things like this are going to be, locally owned and operated is a big one. Insured. Let's do locally owned and operated, insured professionals. So like things that, help you guys stand out. Go ahead and save that. Next, we're going to want to go over to structured snippet. Now, these are more so what I would like to do for a pest control company is do the service catalog. So we would go back to our ad groups here. So we'd have, pest control. We'd have exterminator services. Rodent removal, and then we'd start to add the different types of termite treatment. We've got wasp control, we've got ant exterminator, we've got mole removal, we've got bee control, we've got mosquito control, commercial. Let's make sure we get bed bugs in there. So here, let's do wasp and bee control. They can fit those in the same. So now we have all the different types of services that you guys offer, which is awesome. You want to make sure that you add these assets. Call extensions, very, very, very important. Add your call extension. Lead forms, these can help, but they rarely show up. They don't get many impressions. They don't show up very often. I would go ahead and leave the lead form. Locations, very, very, very important. Locations are, if we look up Pest Control St. Louis, we're going to see these. And so we can see a sponsored post right here. You'll show up at the top. It's very random when you show up at the top with Google, but connecting your Google My Business page to Google Ads will help you show up more efficiently here on the top. Price. If you guys can offer a price for something like mole removal or bee control or some sort of pest control, go ahead and feel free to add a price right here. If you guys can't, don't add that. If you guys have a promotion, promotions help click-through rate. Click-through rate helps quality score. Promotions can help conversion rate. So adding a promotion is a good idea if you guys have a promotion. Make sure it's a legit promotion. So, if you have a 20% off, you can have 20% off for mold, pest control. We'll have this as spring. Let's see, spring. Let's just do spring sale and add the URL. You can have an end date. So, spring ends in a specific date. Go ahead and save that. And then make sure you add a URL for that promotion. So it can just go directly to your landing page. Now, your guys' campaign is primarily set up. You've gone and added the ad groups, you've added the keywords, you've added the call assets, you've added the location targeting, you've added ad schedule, you've changed the device bid adjustments. You guys have done the primary work in Google Ads. Now, there is an additional step with what we're not going to show in this video is the landing page build out and setting up conversion tracking. Now, with a quick tip with landing pages is if you're utilizing a website, what I would recommend instead of utilizing just the website is switch it over to a landing page specific for what that service is, right? So if you have a termite treatment landing page, have a mosquito control, a pest control, a bed bug treatment, and tailor the text on the landing page and the images directly to what that service is that you guys are being found for. Your guys' relevancy will go through the roof. Your landing page experience is going to be better. Your ad relevancy is going to be better. And your conversion rate is going to be better. But that's really the next step. You guys can run it to your website. It's not recommended here at Max Conversion. We always set up landing pages for pest control companies. If you guys don't want to set up the landing page or don't want to set up the conversion tracking or it's too complicated and you want somebody to do it, we do set up these pest control company campaigns on Google Ads. We set up the landing page, the conversion tracking, the call tracking, the Google Ads account. We set up everything for you guys. We'll even manage it and run it on a month-to-month basis, all in a goal to improve the quality of lead you guys are getting, lower the cost per lead. We do it. You guys are hands off. We do everything for you. All you have to do is respond to how the leads are performing and answer the phone. That's really the only two things you guys need to do if you guys do use us at Max Conversion to run your campaign or set up your campaign. So, but appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the right way. This is the way we would set up a pest control company if we've never ran it before. We'd go through the keyword research. We would add some more ads and look at the keywords a little bit more in depth, but this is a great start for where you guys want to be at. Make sure that if you like this video, you hit the like button. Helps this video reach more people, as well as show us that we're doing a good job in sharing the content and educating you guys on how to generate leads for pest control companies. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys do need any help, reach out to us at Max Conversion.